You guys
Trying
ready?
to get it on.
I'm ready.
Okay.
I don't know about them Monday.
Bond ready.
Camera 2 is rolling. Let's go. Godfrey, pull back your thing a bit.
Back a little bit?
No, you're
Oh,
good.
drink. Pull it back here.
Perfect. Perfect.
Gentlemen, ready up?
Recording?
Ready to go.
Ready?
Second season few,
We are back. Live in effect.
live in effect.
Back again. man.
COVID free,
Season 2, yeah.
COVID free, still COVID free.
They test you guys
Was
before?
COVID free? I get tests every day. I'm gonna get tests. I have the home test. I bought it on Amazon. Test myself
I
daily.
got my trusty sanitizer here that I always walk with,
Sanitize
so
everything.
We're staying
Remember-
clean and we're staying healthy.
Remember to cover your nose. All that.
Remember that's what I said last year?
I do remember. I do remember.
Cover your mouth.
Cover your nose. I do
We
remember.
literally left off right when
Right
COVID
there.
was starting.
Yep. And now we're back in the
back, man.
BBCAN crib.
1 year.
Hope y'all are safe, healthy, happy, all that. Let's get right into this discussion. We just watched episode 2 of BBCAN 9. Boy, it's
Crazy
been
episode, yeah.
been a very
it's
rocky week, man.
rocky, crazy.
Didn't go the way I
messy.
thought it was gonna go. To be
Nah.
honest, yeah, it's been
A lot
a lot of action in the first few
Yeah,
days
man.
for sure.
So, I don't remember. What's the first topic we had on our list?
We're talking about the house guests that
The
we
house
did.
guests.
Yeah. Yesterday's episode.
Yeah, so guys, we recorded another episode. It didn't really record the best. We spent 3 hours recording and it didn't really record the best. So you're gonna see little snippets of that episode in this.
3 hours recorded.
3 hours. We invested 3 hours of our time
Bon Zoom.
and Zoom did mess us up.
Bon Zoom.
I cancel my subscription now. Told them for go fold up under something. And yeah, so we have a new crib member.
We do.
The funny thing is,
Should we let them know about the new crib member?
Well, you
now,
know,
or should
the-
we wait till next week? And
the
just bring
reason-
it up?
We should probably hold
I
that
think we should
little
hold that
secret,
surprise
okay,
for next week.
okay. Well,
We
hold
do
it.
got one crib member, man. You guys might recognize.
But the
Yeah.
reason why I bring it up is
Yeah.
because we might cut to a 1-2 clip from the last episode.
Okay.
Okay.
If we do, then you get the reveal. If you don't, then
Yeah, exactly.
next
What it
episode you
is.
get to
So
find
stay
out.
tuned.
Yeah.
Stay tuned. But yeah, like so we ran through a whole episode dissecting the house guests. So we're gonna kind of replay that here.
Briefly touch on that and jump right into.
I'll go first. I admitted to some biases.
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 Okay,
I think that's the plural of bias.
Yeah.
Biases.
Is that a word?
Biases.
Cameraman shaking his head.
I
saying,
gotta
"Oh,
know,
man."
Biases. Guys, I'm an English major.
Some
right?
biases.
I'm an
okay,
English.
yeah.
I have a doctrine in English.
You're like making up your own words
doctrine?
now.
I have a doctrine.
A doctorate?
They call me Doctor English.
Or a doctorate.
Doctorate? What y'all talk
You're
about?
sounding more like nurse English right now,
Listen
man.
to me, yo.
right,
The people
do
don't
your
know
thing.
you're gonna yeah, but don't
Do your
challenge.
thing.
Don't challenge.
Guys, that's
I-
biases a
No,
word.
no.
Don't challenge Doctor English.
Biases.
Anyways, I have some
Okay,
biases.
okay. You had some biases, yeah.
The plural form of bias.
You had some biases.
Biases. Anyways, Latoya is a friend
Latoya.
of a friend.
Man, ain't that the police officer?
She is the police officer.
I'm just asking.
Yo.
Like that's Latoya the
Nobody,
cop, right?
nobody try to set me up with this place, you know, Godfrey, check and level yourself. My ex-girlfriend's friend is Latoya.
Oh.
Cast this year.
She's on the cast this year.
We got some
And
tea.
My good friend, no tea.
No tea?
My
Okay,
good
okay.
friend.
Spill the beans, man.
My
She give you a
good,
speeding ticket?
nah.
Get to the
Me
story.
and Toya are good. I'm just saying from this point moving forward, I'm just gonna admit to my biases.
Oh, okay.
Bias.
So you're a good friend of Latoya.
I'm a friend
Okay,
of
okay,
Latoya.
okay, yeah.
I will still talk about her. I have no
Okay,
problem
okay,
talking
yeah,
about
yeah.
her. But if you see some of the biases shining through, then
No,
you
no,
know
of course,
why.
That's why.
Also, Tashawn. Tashawn is a pretty good friend of
How
mine.
many people do you know in this, man?
I don't know. Like
They knows Tashawn.
apparently,
Mr.
yo,
Toronto right
you
here.
want,
Connects to
if you
everybody.
guys want to get on Big Brother, you might have to holler at me.
You know
Maybe I can
Kiefer
make
too?
a
Like,
call.
I know you know a couple of those First Nations guys, man. Okay,
Kiefer
okay.
is not one of them.
Okay, what's the scoop on
Tyshawn
on
is
Tyshawn?
he's just my brethren's son.
Okay.
He was actually supposed to be on the Amazing Race Canada
Oh,
with his dad, and they got cut very late. So I'm happy to see him on there. So out of those, with those biases out of the way, it would be so funny if that's not a real word because I've said it like 18 times, but I'm pretty sure it's a word. With those out of the way, I like Tyshawn.
Okay.
I like. Damn, I can't remember who else I said I like now. I know I didn't like the man who didn't put on no pants. The hockey
that was
player.
Kyle.
We didn't like him because of his name.
Okay.
And we didn't like the fact that he didn't wear pants.
And he had the Chewbacca thing
Then
going on.
he didn't like his chest here. You want to shave your chest and
gotta
put
shave
on
your
some
chest.
pants before you do your BB Canada interview. That me say.
In his defense, though, they probably called the guy way late, because they had to kick out Ethan.
That's true,
bruh.
So they probably gave him the phone. This guy had the chest there. He's trying to get rid of it.
Nair can be found in any Shopper's Drug Mart. It takes
This is
2.2
true.
seconds
Amazon,
to get rid of that, okay?
Amazon Prime will deliver it to his doorstep in hours. Hours.
That is
I
not
guess
an
he's not a
excuse.
Prime. He's not
He's not a
doesn't
Prime
have subscription
subscriber.
yet. He's not got the subscription.
So I don't really remember. Like we have to kind of. I'm sorry, I'm bad with the names and the faces, but I do know
Yeah,
that
speak one.
Latoya was. I just wanted her to win just out of my inner desires. Deshaun I thought was a good candidate. What did I
he's
say
well-rounded.
about the next black guy?
Jedson?
Jedson. I think
Yeah,
he's a beta alpha.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
he's a
did.
he's a beta.
Define that.
Do you
for us.
still
What-
feel
what-
that
What
way?
is a
Sorry.
He
a
didn't
beta
go
alpha?
ahead.
What is that?
The beta alpha.
Because I think you coined this term. Like, this is my
this
first time hearing it.
Yeah, he's a beta alpha in the sense that he was. Why did I say it about him? A beta alpha in general.
There was something in his bio, the way
bio
that they
package.
were presenting him that tried to seem like they were forcing an alpha, but he was really a beta.
Oh,
That's what
okay,
you had
okay,
said.
okay.
Yeah. So basically, to me, alpha beta. I think that he was trying to portray the role, and it's one that would portray the role of. I think, he said little stuff like he didn't say that he was going to win. He said,
Yeah, he didn't
stuff
take
like-
command of
He didn't
what he
take
was
command.
doing. Oh, yeah.
It's someone that he like. He was saying, "Oh, I'm a ball player and I'm a this
He
and I'm
wasn't
a
as
that,"
assertive,
but
yeah,
it was
for
like
sure.
regressive. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's a regressive person that is. I remember exactly what I said. I said that he's going to be coined as an alpha.
Yeah.
He's supposed to play the alpha role.
Yeah.
But it doesn't look like he's willing to step up into that role. Meaning people will kind of get behind him
Absolutely.
and say, yo, like this person should protect me. The women will be like, okay, this guy is a guy. But it wouldn't have surprised me if he won no competitions and then he's being labeled as the alpha, so he's like has a target on his back and whatever, but then doesn't actually follow through with what he needs to follow through with.
So
I
you
will
had-
say,
you
though-
had, you had said that when we had our Zoom meeting. Right?
Yes.
We've watched episode 1. We've watched episode 2.
Yeah.
Do you still feel the same way?
I mean, he lost the competition.
But he
Well,
was
to be
holding
fair-
on to that. Come on, and he had
Godfrey, take your mic.
He had 200
Deal with
pounds. He had
that.
literally 300 pounds of goo in his bucket,
Bro, remember
'Cause I
the
don't know what
first-
Kiefer's
the first
strategy
round of
was.
shots that went out,
They all
the
went to
team
him.
went to him.
Yes.
Specifically. No one else, just
Nobody
him.
else, just
Because they were
him.
trying to get him out
and
first.
he still held his own
He
till the
still held
end,
his own.
holding all that
See,
weight.
The green reminds me of the Hulk. And when the Hulk gets mad and people test the Hulk, that's when the real problems start. See, he was folding under the pressure.
He wasn't. Come on,
He's
how was
folding
he
under the pressure.
holding?
So he's an origami alpha.
So you were expecting this guy to friggin' lift that stuff like Thanos?
He should have actually
Like Ronnie Coleman,
What he
some powerlifter.
what he should have done is found the nearest female that looked like
Yeah.
they needed saving and got their bucket too. Like, I am alpha male. I am alpha, double A alpha. Yeah,
I think he
that's what I
he
would
did what he could.
That's what I would
He
have
did
done.
what he could.
This is what I would have done.
He did what he could.
Nah, I don't know. He hasn't really done anything to rub me the wrong way. It was all off first impressions,
Off first
the
impression.
video,
Okay.
and I don't know. I don't know where he fits. Who you guys like?
Man, who do I like? Who do I like? Well, we gotta shout out Tyshawn for sure, just because
Tyshawn, yeah, of course, yeah.
same background,
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody's
backgrounds.
Jamaican.
same background and everything.
Everybody's
He's
Jamaican.
local. He knows his dad. Also, so he's in the loop.
Shout out to Tyshawn for
Yeah,
sure.
gotta shout out Jedson too. You know, just because. I kind of like Austin, the guy needs mix. From
Austin, the lady, yeah. She's
from
pretty.
I
she's
kind of
pretty
like
cool.
her
She's
too.
pretty cool.
I think
I
she
like
might have
her.
a lot to offer. She seems multifaceted.
You think she'll go in and show
She
mass?
seems like she has a lot to offer.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah. Anyway.
But I want to
Austin.
actually make her one of my picks just in case she watches this episode.
Right. So we can get her on.
And I forgot to pick her.
Cribz?
Yeah, Austin's
No, no,
pretty-
exactly. I got
Austin's
it. I got
pretty
it
cool.
That was my,
Don't
no,
worry.
for me personally, she's my pick.
She
Yeah.
is pretty young though. She's like
Choose her.
23, right?
It's okay.
Something like that. I can't
No, I'm
remember
not.
age.
I'm talking about the game wise.
okay.
She's young for the game.
I can't remember age.
Like, like not to say that 23-year-olds can't perform in there, but I'm just saying she is in a house where a lot of the people are a bit older. This is one of the first casts where we see an actual people older than 25 outnumbering the people who are younger than that. So, like, I feel like in terms of just bonding and creating those close friendships, she might have a bit of a challenge.
Yeah.
You
It's
saying
like,
that-
what are they going to talk about there? Her and what's the lady that got voted team captain? I'm forgetting her name.
Oh, Tina.
Tina. Like, I just don't see them having much in common, right?
Yeah. You say you
As
like,
opposed to like a Tina and a LaToya and a Victoria. They are more so on the same playing field. So who knows? Yeah.
you like to perform. You like older ladies to perform.
Listen, man.
The
What's that saying? The older
ladies.
the berry, the sweeter the. I don't know.
That's definitely not the
Maybe.
older the
Whatever
berry.
they said.
You made that up, sir. You just made that up.
It's definitely not the older the berry, but age like fine wine.
Exactly.
You could
Age
say
There
like
you go.
fine wine.
There you go.
Fine
But I
wine.
do like, I do like.
The older the wine, the stronger the kick.
Oh, man.
The mama make up scenes. It's okay.
Listen, before we go any further,
Okay.
I just got to get this off my brain. Shout out to Arissa and the
Yeah.
people at Big Brother for mixing up this year
Absolutely.
and giving us a completely diverse cast than what we are used to.
Yeah, you see,
That was a very good look. And
Absolutely.
it makes for an interesting season
really
this
does.
year.
yeah, because we did talk about that in the last episode. We did skip over it this time. Thank you for the diversity. Shout out to Arissa for the executive producer role.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Black excellence
Shout
right
out
there.
Arissa for that. Shout out Arissa
We
for that.
we left off the last season with kind of a negative note. The last episode that we recorded of this show, we didn't even
It was
post
not,
Yeah.
yeah.
because of everything that happened with people
Kyle's
getting
situation.
evicted and the whole thing shut down.
Yeah.
We did not feel good about the way the season had ended. And this is a breath of fresh air to come into this season with a diverse cast, and to have Arissa in that position, she deserves it.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Absolutely, yeah.
So
It's like the first time in history where you have that many people of color. Not even talking about just that many black people. We've never seen that many 3 gay people on the same season.
Diversity.
Okay, 2 gay people actually. Yeah, on the
No,
same
2 people.
season.
Nah, there's more than that.
There's like
You didn't
4.
See, LaToya said she was bisexual.
LaToya,
Yeah, and then
God, yeah.
half the cast is
It's crazy.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
usually
Half
they
the cast
only
is
put
done.
one gay guy. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm like, who the gay guy supposed to showmance with? Like, y'all put in one gay dude, and it's always a gay dude. Maybe they'll throw a lesbian here and there. So it was good just to see a lot more diversity.
Yeah.
You got like way more black people. I'm saying, if us black people do not rise and get a win, that's a huge L.
Right.
I will literally
You see,
stop watching the show if that
They
happens.
got not just that, but even in age, we got a lot of older people this
We do.
season too.
We do.
We have, at
We have a
least
lot of
3.
age, yeah.
You find
You
so?
know,
There's
yeah.
there's Tina, there's Kiefer.
and then
Even
there's
Josh is
the
30,
mom,
right?
the mom that has 3 kids, the small girl.
Oh, yeah, 37.
so that's 3 right there.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Normally they just add one.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
older
one
person
old
to
and they're
this.
just
And
On
you
a
just
regular-
voted out the first week.
On a regular season, you usually have people over 30, like usually 1 or 2.
yeah.
So like this is crazy that now you have 1 or 2, a few under 30. So
Exactly.
we'll see how this plays out, right?
Yeah. And we'll see how the public responds to this change too. 'cause
Exactly,
remember
yeah.
Canada's majority.
We
You
see,
know,
it already seems like there's a lot of drama in the house
Yeah.
just on the first
Yeah.
week, right?
Yeah, there is a lot of drama, and I don't know if you would think that the team thing would make there have a little bit less drama because you have half the people that
It
you shouldn't
actually
even
added to
be
it.
gunning for, right?
Yeah.
Like you have a team of what is it, 14 people?
Yeah.
Split into teams of 7.
Right.
You would think that there's 7 people that you don't even have to worry about. You don't need to talk foolishness, talk shit about the next 7.
Yeah.
But for some reason, it's like this whole
I'm
season
telling
is
you,
just
man.
mix up.
yeah, it's fast paced.
Mix up and blend up, and people are talking a whole lot of game very quickly.
And also because
Very
you had
quickly.
Josh and Julie in there. Like I'm pretty sure if those 2 were not in there, you would not see as much game. But like Josh was just sporadic, man.
Yeah,
This
but
But
guy,
it wasn't just them talking game. LaToya was going pretty hard
it
too.
was, but they were
considering this is
also
just-
feeding off of the drama that Josh and Julie were sort of bringing up.
Yeah.
Had they kind of sort of stayed chill, I don't think we would have had that much friction. It would have just been a clean vote. People would have picked one person, taken them out. But because Josh kept on relaying information, you have Julie relaying information as well. It's Julie. Yeah,
she was the
Josh
one
was actually
relaying
only talking to
information.
Julie.
Yeah, exactly.
She's an informer.
She's an informer.
That's why she's the first one for dead.
She's an informer.
Oh,
The first one for
That was
gone.
crazy.
We're gonna get into that a bit later.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
How do we feel about the team aspect this year?
I mean, I like
Team
it.
aspect. You don't
Don't
like the
like it?
team, man.
I just like the regular straight player, head of household, veto, execution.
I agree. when I first heard when I first heard about this team aspect, I was like, you know what? I don't like when Big Brother tries to do too much before people even get in there to basically alter their game. Like, you know, you should be able to go in there expecting that you're gonna compete against 13 or 15 other house guests, come in with a game plan, be able to execute it, and that's that. But when they throw you wild cards, and sometimes the wild cards don't even make sense, it's like, okay, what am I really watching here?
Yeah.
But with that being said, I like what I see so far. So we'll see what happens.
They love to say expect the unexpected, and I understand that. But at the end of the day, like, there has to be a line drawn where if I'm a good Big Brother player, I can have certain skills that I can bring into the game, and those skills are gonna translate.
Because right now it is looking a little bit like Survivor.
Yeah.
It's looking a little bit like a Survivor situation.
We're playing a sport
Yes.
like basketball. And we're just playing straight up. Your team setting up a 3-2 zone. My team is about to go for a fast break, and then it's just like he's on fire, and I jump in the air and start flying from half the court. How can you do that, bro? How can you plan for me to be jumping in the air, or whatever? You can't just put superpowers every 2 seconds.
And I'll tell you,
this twist every 2
what
seconds.
Wes is saying, that's a perfect analogy of what's happening in here. It's like you're playing soccer, and all of a sudden you see Cristiano Ronaldo picking up the ball and
just running with it, just
throwing
throws it
You're
in
like,
the
wait
net.
a minute, that's not the rules of soccer.
That's not what I trained all year to play.
And
You know what I'm
these
saying?
people came into the house expecting a certain setup of the game. Now they're in there, and now they're playing Survivor. You have two different tribes. That throws everything out the window. That's what I don't like about the twist.
There's a line. Like, you understand it's the expected, unexpected, but just there's a line of things that just shouldn't happen. Right. And this the last time something like this happened.
6 people safe? That's crazy.
The thing is, just throwing like random strangers into a setting like that is enough of a recipe to cause.
That's enough. Yeah, you don't need anything.
You don't need
to do
the
extra.
This comes in like one of those twists that you need to throw in when one side of the house keeps winning week after week after week, and it's just boring. Then you throw something in, like, these two people are nominated. They won the veto.
There's no reason
one side of the house is in power every time.
Two sides of the house like that. No
that's
HOH.
like the season with Sarah and
Brittany.
When they found the secret power.
The coup d'etat.
Wasn't that your season?
That was my season. I got saved by that power, so I'm okay with that twist.
Your season, where anything could happen. The last time something like this happened that kind of pissed me off was the season with as BB
it's happening in BB US,
with season 21 with David. And
which one are you talking about?
David was the black guy that was just on the last one.
Which twist?
The very first day. Remember they had they did the nomination, which was a camp counselor or whatever.
Yes.
And then they banished him to outside, and the man was crawling around in the darkness and came out the darkness last and was evicted. Yeah, just like that.
They had the season with Jody. She was evicted literally the first night as well.
Jody,
the black girl. She's like a Big Brother US legend. She literally got evicted that same night. So walked in, walked out.
Legend for the rock.
Say don't even put on.
But I think they did bring her back for another extra season. But she's just one of those infamous players because it was the first time we ever saw something like that.
Wow.
Okay. David. They brought back David for the same reason. David was black.
It's crazy.
David was with her the same night. No, wasn't it the exact same night? I feel like it was the same night, bro.
I don't remember with David, but I know he was the first to go.
He was the first to go.
Didn't have any chance to
veto or nothing.
Anything.
No, it was the very first competition. It just might not have been. It just might not have been the first night. It might have been like they nominated the camp counselor.
Jody walked in after an hour. She walked out. It was like we thought it was a joke. But anyways, same here. Like the twist, it seems exciting. But my main reason for not liking the twist is because I was sort of expecting all the people of color or maybe all the gay people, or
to
maybe
click off.
all the oddballs.
Yeah.
To not that us black people are oddballs. People who are normally targeted on other
Right.
seasons, I was expecting them to
Work
band
together,
together.
yeah.
But now
We
since
have
it's
so
split
much editing
teams,
to do.
they are more likely to come after each other, right? But like we'll see. I'm just judging based
Yeah.
on the first night.
Yeah.
Like I want to see Big Brother. I want somebody to win HOH. I want to see, like Wes said, I don't want to see a guy flying in freaking basketball.
Yeah, I
and
don't know.
doing all sorts of weird stuff, kicking the ball. I just want to see the game. Yes, throwing twists, but I do want to see the game.
Yeah.
Okay.
So first challenge happens. They divide up the two teams. First thing what happened, the two captains who, by the way,
Yeah.
by the way,
Yeah. I was weighing my mind if I was even going to say anything about
I need to
this.
know, Canada. Who in Canada
absolutely.
looked at those 14 people
Who?
and picked those two
did it?
individuals as team captains?
So,
Did you vote?
hold on.
I don't think so.
I was on Twitter last night.
Yeah.
And Adam, one of the pretty boys, was saying that
Okay.
there were so many people from Toronto that it was hard for people to choose. So the people
split
who
the
were
vote?
not in Toronto, like the people that were from Newfoundland or whatever, they had a better shot because their people basically rallied and
Rallied
voted
behind
them in, which
Come on.
makes sense. But I don't think that's what happened.
That doesn't make sense.
I don't think that's
It
what
makes
happened.
They use
sense.
Twitter in Newfoundland?
I personally, let me
First
tell
of
you
all,
how. Let me hold on.
Stop saying Newfoundland. Newfoundland. Second of all, I don't know if they use Twitter in Newfoundland or not.
It's a nice theory, but come on.
to take
If they
to
use
take
Twitter in Newfoundland.
internet there.
Newfoundland, I don't know. I don't know if they do or
They
don't.
have internet connection
Great.
over there.
Their
bro. What do you-
population is so
Exactly.
small. In
Amen.
Is that where she's
comparison-
from?
Wes, how many people
don't-
are in Toronto alone?
At least a million, 1 point something million,
Exactly.
right? They
No,
move
even more than that. What you mean? It's at least close to 7
3
million.
million,
I think.
or is that the GTA or the city of Toronto?
The city of Toronto, yeah.
Really?
But I'm saying,
So
and
hold
even-
on, fact checker. That doesn't the 3 million.
Our fact
We're going
checker
to
in the
get a fact checker. So Pickering, all them places is not included, and it's still 3 million. I think you guys are wrong.
No, it's GTA.
GTA is 3 million, so Toronto might be.
So I'm
1
saying,
point
and even
something.
if you isolate
But
the
anyways.
Big Brother fans, even if we split, first of all, I don't think the vote would have been split because
2
who are
million
people
something.
really voting for?
Yeah,
If I had to guess, I'd say most people would probably voted for like a Jetson. They would have probably voted for Austin.
Brother.
Just based on what I see on Twitter, I didn't see that many people big
old
enough
people
Kiefer.
don't watch Big
okay,
Brother.
but
Very
hold
young
on.
people are watching. You
But-
think
but
people?
hold on,
Everyone's
hold
like,
on.
I want to vote.
Hold on.
I like this woman because she looks like my mom.
Hold on.
way.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate for a second. I actually voted. The way I voted,
Who'd you vote for?
I'm gonna tell you. The way I voted, I figured I don't know what's gonna happen week 1.
Yes.
I don't want to risk my favorites getting a target on their back, so I'm not about to make them team captain and put them in a position where they can possibly screw up. So I voted for 2 people I didn't care for.
Oh,
So that
Which were?
could be. I'm not gonna name that. One of them was Josh. I can't remember who the other person was though. But it could be a situation
so
like
you
that
think
where
people
people are
voted
like,
strategically and not for the one they like?
Exactly.
No.
Out of fear to
You're
Exactly.
on a podcast. You're giving up your Thursday. You're on a podcast for Big Brother. You're obviously different from the average person. Most people said,
Yeah,
"I
most
like
people are not
this
gonna
person."
strategize like that.
I'm gonna
Oh,
change
yeah.
the whole game. Like, no one's doing that.
don't know.
They're like, "I like this person. I'm voting for this person."
because I would just vote for whoever I wanted to be safe,
yeah,
right?
man.
exactly.
I'm just trying
But
to
I
give
do
you-
get it. I actually come to think of it. Let's say I really knew the person going back in, because let's not forget the season with half returnees and half newbies, where we had Ica and everybody else come
Season
back.
5, I think that
they
was.
vote. We had a similar fan vote
Yeah.
where we were gonna keep somebody safe for the 5 weeks. People voted for Netta.
Netta, yeah.
And then Netta ended up, because she was safe for 5 weeks,
Right. Went
people
on a
just end up
rampage.
voting her out. It
Yeah.
put a huge target on her back, so maybe there's some merit to that. Maybe people might not want to
You guys-
potentially ruin their favorites game.
Unless it's Derek
just don't
and
think-
Dan Yeasley and what the next Paul,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
a whole country full of you guys
Exactly.
is the only people voting.
Because I'll be
for
honest,
those
Wait,
most of the people watching the show.
You think old people don't watch Big Brother?
No,
When
they
you-
do, but we're
No.
talking about strategic people.
They're not voting.
I don't think the majority are voting strategically that way. They're probably like, kids. They're watching, oh, I like that guy. He's
Yeah.
hot. I like that
That's
girl.
it.
She's a
They're-
queen. And then they vote for
100%.
her.
The black people would rally. There's not a whole lot of guys. Tell me in the comments how many people of Not people of
Exactly.
color.
How many black
That's the
people
thing. How many black people
watch Big Brother?
Watch Big Brother.
Yeah.
How many of you guys are watching Big Brother that are black? Because I don't think if all the black people rallied behind the black people, that would even make a difference.
We're probably the only 3 people who watch it right here. The only 3 black guys.
We're here. We
and
all,
maybe Jamar. That's it.
And we all voted for different black people.
And the cameraman.
And the cameraman.
And
That's
he voted
it.
for Jensen, I voted for Tyshawn,
I don't
and
know.
you voted for what's it, Victoria. So
Interesting.
anyways, my point is that vote seemed kind of shake up a little bit.
It
So let's
did.
get to the elephant in the room.
it did.
Do y'all believe the vote was authentic? Or do you
vote
think there
was
was funny
authentic?
business?
The vote for
The captains, do y'all think that was Canada's vote?
Yeah, I think
I'm just throwing this at
Oh no, I don't.
We keep it real.
I was playing devil's advocate before.
Yeah.
I don't think Canada voted for
I
those
don't
two
think
people.
Canada
to be
voted
team
for those people
captains.
either.
No, I think
BBCAN.
I think the execs
I
said,
think-
"Hey,
yeah.
we don't want to have the old people out week 1 like always.
Exactly.
So we're just gonna delegate them as team captains and just
That's
let
it.
the shit fly
Because
from there."
I said it, and I know we're going to play this later on the show. I said Kiefer would likely be the first person out. Mm-hmm. And I'm a
I did
Kiefer
too.
fan, but I said just based
I'm not.
on history, based on mathematics, it's a mathematical certainty that he will be targeted first.
Yeah.
And I think production probably pulled a little bit of strings and said, we don't want these 2 old people going out this early. We're going to protect them to make things a little bit more interesting.
By the way,
that's my theory.
I just want to go on record as they keep referring to these people as old,
Whoa, Kiefer looks old as hell.
and
He's the
I actually resent this remark. Being a person of age, that's aged fine like wine.
person of age.
Got gray in your beard and things.
Is that a new category?
Being a
Wes?
person of age,
A person of age.
I lick out against all forms of ageism, and I just want to say I don't think that they're too old to get the votes.
Wes is
I just
actually
think
48.
I just think they didn't get the votes. That's it. My mind isn't changed. I'm just gonna take it. I'm the first person to say old people, and I'm regressing. I'm walking it back.
Hashtag
Yeah.
a person of age.
And I'm
Yeah, we-
identifying as a person of age.
Yeah, we gotta be careful with those terms, man.
Old people.
Yeah, we really do.
Listen,
Ageism is next on the rise, and I'm a person of age.
absolutely.
you.
You know, maybe I'm
Anyways.
underestimating how many people
People
of
of
age
age.
watch the show.
Right.
Because to be honest, on many Big Brother events, I used to go on like the eviction episodes. I used to go and
There's
just
lots
meet
of
the
people-
fans.
people
Yeah.
of age.
And I noticed a lot of the fans, it was really the demographic. It wasn't that many people 23 to 25, 6. It was actually mostly 15-year-olds to 20, and then
The older
30-year-olds
people. Yeah,
to 45.
I noticed that too.
Because those are people who have that much time to watch the show.
Exactly.
It was housewives. So I think it's actually, we might be surprised to find out that most people who watch the show are actually probably over 30, 35.
People of age.
Mm-hmm.
They are not the people who we see in the house. I guarantee you that.
Yeah.
Because most of my friends groups, they know of Big Brother, but they don't really watch it like that. It's mostly really younger people or really people of age.
People
Right.
of age. All right, fair
Elderly.
enough. So perhaps Big Brother didn't pull a election scam.
Exactly.
Perhaps they're not the same
Yeah.
people that put Trump
Dominion.
in office.
There were no electronic voting machines.
Yeah,
No
perhaps
mail-in
not.
voting on this one.
Perhaps not.
So, with that being said, how do we feel about what we just saw in the eviction episode?
I feel it was just. I don't like it, but I feel it was just because. Give me a Jamaican. Give me a Jamaican.
Carry news.
Yeah, give me a Jamaican
Carry go
proverb.
come back.
Insert Jamaican proverb here. Somebody's grandmother once said, "Carry news, something." I don't know what is it, bro.
Wow, Julie.
No, I really want the proverb. You
Oh,
don't know
none's
one?
not coming to me right now. And it's funny because in my everyday, I use them like nonstop.
I really
But I don't know if
looking
it's
for the
because I'm drinking, like none are coming
There's
to
that-
mind right now.
Put the proverb in the comments. There's something who don't hear must feel is not one of the ones that would apply to this situation. But there's something along those lines that says something about the person that does run back and forth.
Who keepeth his mouth, keepeth his life. There we go.
Keepeth his mouth, keepeth his life.
Snaps,
All
snaps
right.
on.
there we go.
Can we get some snaps and 2 gun fingers for that? Say it again. Get him again for
Hit him
Julie.
one more time,
Julie,
man.
who is at home watching this.
Julie, he who keepeth his mouth, keepeth his life.
Hey.
All right, and you didn't keep your mouth, so you had to go.
That's it. We have to have a. I actually think there should be a Jamaican proverb for every episode from this point.
There should be.
Mark one down.
Translation: keep your mouth shut.
And you live to see another day.
Tail.
Shut your mouth and keep by your tongue.
That's it. That's
Here we
it.
Yeah,
go.
Julie is just it was a crazy episode.
For the Canadians watching, I'll give you one. Loose lip,
Sink ships.
Loose lip, sink ships.
For the Canadians, loose lips does sink ships.
Wow.
But the only ship she sunk was her own.
Exactly.
She sunk her
Sunk her
ship,
own
man.
battleship.
She just did too much talking. You know, she came into the game with a lot of passion. She was really trying to play hard, and I kind of get in her mind frame. She's been in the COVID world. She's so busy to chat and socialize. So yeah, she came in there guns blazing. She wanted to make a move, but she just talked too much.
Yeah.
All the information she was getting from Josh, I really don't feel like she should have been spreading, relaying that information to
They
the
said
rest
they
of the
had
house
like
guests, right?
there was nothing beneficial to her.
There was nothing beneficial for sharing that.
She was even
Absolutely.
relaying messages from Josh that realistically had nothing to do with her personal game.
Exactly.
Like she was talking about him talking about
Just
a
random
boys
stuff.
alliance, and I'm
And
just
it's like, well, how's that gonna
why are you trying to
affect
paint a
you?
target on his back
Yes.
when you're supposed to be working with this guy?
Yeah.
She's the same one that says she wants all the gays and the lesbians to work
And then
together, right?
she's
And then
throwing
you're
her
selling him.
under the bus.
You're throwing him
Yes,
under the
yes,
bus.
yes.
That doesn't make that's
It was not the
strategy.
right
She's just
way.
like, oh my gosh, my mouth is so big.
Even
Yes.
the way she was
Yeah.
saying it when she was
Yeah.
talking
She-
to
like,
them,
she
and
knew
she's like, "Oh,
exactly what
Josh
she
is
did.
doing this." She wasn't saying it like as in, "Hey, Josh told me a lot of sense today. He
Yeah,
told me
no.
something we should be worried about."
Worried about,
She
no.
was almost saying it like Josh is doing his own thing.
She was
and
definitely-
she's just like, "Oh my god, I can't
She
believe
was
he's
being
doing that."
an informant.
She was being an informer. She was being a freaking informer.
She was a
And
government
Latoya
informant.
booked that right away. 'Cause
The
she was
government
like,
booked the
I don't
informant.
understand it.
She's like, yeah,
The federale.
I know a CIA
went out.
one.
In the kitchen when Latoya was asking her the question
Yes.
was almost like an interrogation.
It was an
She's trying to
interrogation.
Get information out
Yes,
of her. She's like,
yes.
who told you about this boys alliance?
Latoya was smart to actually vet that information and see that, okay, Josh is not really the problem. The problem is this
It's
person
you.
who keeps going back
Right.
and forth.
Yep.
And
Right.
like I said, you know, what's the proverb again? He who, she who with loose lips sink ships.
Yes, that was it.
Listen, loose lips sink ships, and she sunk her own ship in there. So I do think it was a just eviction, even though she was really entertaining. I would have
Yeah.
loved to see more of
Yeah.
her, but she was just too erratic in the first.
She would have brought the drama if she was doing all of this in just 2 episodes. You could imagine.
Who
3-4
knows what
weeks
she would have
from now.
done?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, because
I
she and
feel like-
Latoya were already bucking heads.
If she was
so-
controlled, she really could have done a lot of good work in there. But then you can't go that hard when it's only day one.
exactly.
Yeah, it was too early. So, all that said, I guess we're at a reset point now. I don't know how these captains are gonna stay moving forward. There's no way that these captains can stay safe. It doesn't make any sense.
No, for the impression I got from Marissa from what she said last night, this team aspect is going to be in play for the next 2-3 weeks.
Yeah, the captains
So-
wouldn't stay safe. For
No,
that long.
come on.
No way.
You think they're gonna change captains, or think those are permanent captains?
I think going forward, the
Like-
teams will stay safe, but not the captain.
Yeah, we think the captains.
No,
gonna
not the
stay-
captain from the losing team. Because
Yeah, yeah,
right
yeah.
now, the
But you
captain
think-
from the losing team was still
was
safe,
safe,
right?
yeah.
So
For
yeah,
Justice
I
League.
don't think they're gonna stay
Justice
safe.
League.
You think the
moving
captains
forward.
are gonna stay the same though? You think those are the 2 captains for the season?
They might have a twist where they switch up the captains, right?
'Cause I
Because
was-
right now the captains are not really benefiting. It's not like they're strategizing. They're the leader. They're not really showing any leadership aside from picking teams that they did the first
That's
week.
it.
So now what's the captain's role?
Exactly.
You know?
Well, I mean, in this
Exactly.
one they had, in this week they had to, they were in control of the goop, the ooze.
Oh,
They
the
were, yeah.
distribution
But I
of
don't think
group,
they'll
yeah.
give them that much power
going
going on, right? And I also
think.
think that the people in the house, like me being in the house before, I would be salty if your ass keeps staying safe for some reason. I
Yeah.
start asking questions.
Yeah.
Like, wait a minute, maybe.
Well,
Keith
it will go back to Netta. It'll go back.
It'll go back to the neta.
If
The-
you're-
the
if you're the
resentment
team-
will build,
exactly.
and then people will say, "Well, you never touched the block. Now you're open. Your open season.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Taste the block
Which
for the
is
first
why I
time."
didn't want to vote none of my favorites into that position. See how things come back full circle? Smart.
Yes, good one, man. Good job, man.
Yeah, I did. Absolutely.
Your vote made the difference.
Right?
Tyshawn was about to be nominated, but then you withheld your vote.
And one thing we haven't mentioned, there's still only 14 house guests.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there a potential for 2 more people to come in?
I think they're gonna have a battle back in. That's what I think. I don't
But
think
you
this
think
is
it will remain 14? There's no other extra 2.
no. If there
But
was, we
why
would have seen
14
something
people
by
though?
now.
We've never had that in any season.
So they leave room for those weeks where they can
But
say,
we
hey,
had more, and then we've had the battle back.
more on a Canadian. Big
Yeah, we'd have. It's
16
always
and then-
16. Unless you're saying for COVID, they want the weeks to work out a certain way. I don't know.
Yeah, that is interesting.
COVID-14?
But we'll see. All I know is I don't think this is the last.
You
we've
don't
seen
think
of
anybody's
Julie
coming
tonight.
back in the house though?
No.
Who was not already in?
No, I had actually thought prior to the season.
Oh, so you think whoever's
that-
voted out might get a chance to come
To
back?
battle back to come
make
in.
up for the
Yeah.
16 people.
Yeah, but
But
prior,
we've had
but-
16
but
people
prior
and still
to
had the
that-
battle back.
Exactly.
Prior to that, I was thinking that they were actually going to bring back Kyle and Jamar into the
Well,
mix with 14,
We
which
are
would have
missing
been
one person right now, right?
which would have been crazy, right? So,
Sequester, maybe? House?
what
Yo,
are
somebody
you
text
talking about?
Jamar.
What are you
Somebody
talking
find out
about?
where Jamar's at right now.
Oh, we have to edit that out.
But, I don't know. Like the 14 is. The battle back isn't enough for the reason to be 14.
I think something's up, to be honest. Yeah, I think something's up. Because it was never addressed that this season we will have 14. I think we got 2 people coming in that house.
Yeah, it was. That's right. Because
I
feel
don't know if I would say
you're right.
returnees.
I think
but
he's right. I think that if they were keeping it at 14 for the season, they would have addressed that. They would have, if it was COVID, they would have said
They would have said we for safety measures.
the smallest cast ever. So it's
Because
even
they were
more
already
intense,
bragging
you know
about
what I
the
mean?
safety measures. Why not throw that in? By
Yeah.
the way, we have
Yeah.
14 people. More room in the house.
Yeah, they would.
Well, if they are somehow hiding 2 people and they plan to just bring them out like next week or week after, they put them at a serious disadvantage.
they've done it before.
Yeah.
Well, they brought the brothers in.
Remember the
That's
twins?
two, and they won the game.
And the American one.
They brought
had
the Americans,
twins.
and Tim made it to the end.
Yeah.
Remember the twin twist as well?
Yes.
Where they kept switching people or whatever?
Oh,
In
the American one?
Yeah.
Yeah, so-
And then they had the other one. This one.
They will be at a
But
disadvantage.
the time
but
when they did that, they had Canada vote for those people to go in.
Oh, okay,
So
yeah.
Canada still was a part of.
Yeah, but
whatever
they didn't have it at
secret
the
they were trying to
beginning.
keep. What do you mean?
They didn't have episode 1. They had it way later.
The vote?
Yeah.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, they did.
No,
bro.
with
Vote
the
online
Americans,
for
you
the
mean?
2. No, the Canadian
The
one.
Canadian one when the 2 people came
When they
in.
had
Wasn't day one?
the
yeah,
hell
they
and
did.
the
We
heaven
were
fell?
in on it. Yeah, because we had to vote who we wanted.
Canada
Oh,
was
you're saying
in on it from the beginning.
Okay, you're saying
as
they
far as the
started
vote.
voting from day one.
Yes.
They came into the house later, but
Yeah.
they. Who
My
cares?
theory,
So, I
honestly,
don't know.
like I think
Who cares?
two.
They started voting.
It's
in this
either
week.
2 returnees or just 2 random people. I guess
Yeah, that's dumb though.
that's
But-
kind of dumb. Yeah, because it's like, why
Anyways.
not just
I
let
thought
him
the two.
in?
I thought the 2 random people the first time was dumb.
That's why I think it might be 2 returnees. I just don't know who because they didn't call me. So
yeah.
Like 2 alumni?
If it's not you, then who could it
2
possibly
alumni.
be?
I think it will be 2 alumni. To be honest, I think it will be 2 people
Yo.
who probably didn't expect to come back.
You need to go and text every BB alumni and see who doesn't answer you. Then we
That's
know
true.
who. Then we know.
I'm
who
gonna
it
just
is.
keep FaceTiming everybody.
Exactly.
Hey, where you at?
Exactly.
Let me see the background.
Don't worry, guys. Godfrey's on the case.
I'm on it. I got you guys. I'm gonna figure out who's coming back in the house.
Before we wrap this up and get out of here, top 3 picks
Top 3
for the season
Okay,
so
okay,
far.
okay.
Who you going with, Godfrey?
For me, I'm gonna go with my top 3 picks. I'm gonna have to pick Jetson, and then I'm gonna pick for my second pick. I'm gonna pick as a dark horse. I'm gonna pick Kyle, and then for a third pick, I actually might have to go with LaToya, and here's my reasoning. Number 1, with Jetson, he did show a lot of heart when he was holding on to that goo.
For sure.
He showed that he was
sure.
in it. He wanted to prove himself. So I feel like he's really going to fight and the times that comes down to fight. Also, the fact that he was not a target this week despite being the strongest guy shows that he's been doing some type of work that we haven't really seen. The reason I picked Kyle is because I just feel like he is a chill guy. He's sort of the archetype of people who tend to go further in the game. And then I would pick LaToya even though she kind of dropped the ball a little bit with her conflict resolution when confronted by Julie, she ran
was
to the
bad.
hot
We didn't even
tub
discuss that.
and basically said, "I want to keep my
That
energy."
was bad. We didn't even discuss
Yeah,
that.
that was
a
bad.
terrible game move.
I will just say about her though that the last time we saw a cop on Big Brother, he won. Derek.
But he was
So-
an undercover cop.
He was undercover. Yeah, I don't know. Is Latoya undercover? Is she traffic? I don't know what she.
She's a frontline regular cop.
Former CO.
Former CO.
Yeah.
Like I'm praying for Latoya, you know, because I
No,
gotta
that was a-
pick one of my people
Listen,
in there, man.
Again,
Yeah.
if I had to go by just the gameplay we've seen in the
The
first
gameplay
2
we've
days,
seen. What would you say?
that was a terrible,
terrible.
terrible conflict resolution.
But she did sort of show judgment by realizing that Julie was problematic.
Yeah, but to draw the line in the sand at that moment in that situation didn't make any sense.
I feel like going
Like,
forward, going
use a little bit
forward,
more tact.
If she's gonna
Yeah.
handle more situations in that kind of way, it's not gonna be beneficial to her.
No,
not at all.
Like she did the right thing in terms of sniffing out who the informant was, and then she distanced herself from said informant. However, just in case they survive this
Yes,
week,
yes.
she should have used a little bit more tact. And I will give her the benefit of the doubt and say that towards
Yep.
the end here, towards the eviction thing, it looked like things were a little bit more calm in the
Yes.
house. Like her and Julie weren't
like,
at
I gotta watch the
odds.
live feed.
So she might have smoothed things
might have
Yeah.
smoothed things. We'll
Well,
have
you
to
know,
watch,
BB,
yeah.
they won't show
They
that
won't show
part. They're
everything.
gonna show the.
But I
fire.
might have to switch that out. I was actually gonna say, like, I know we only have to pick 3, but let me just throw in one last one. The dark horse in the game. I think Josh.
Oh
could
my
win the
God!
game.
This guy took my wild card.
I really think
Took
Josh
my
is
wild
a wild card because he survived this week. Besides, despite putting his foot in his mouth so many times, he literally stuck his foot up his ass, put it back in his mouth, and he made so many damn
my wild
mistakes.
card. I don't like
I'm
that.
telling you, Josh is a dark horse, and moving forward, he will still be talked about, but I feel like he might be utilized as a pawn. I just see
Pawns
so much
Pawns
potential.
don't win the game. Pawns don't win the game.
Bingo.
Pawns get carried a long way.
Hey,
Pawns
you ever heard of Steve?
Excuse me.
Steve
Listen,
won the
man.
game and he was pawning the entire time.
Pawns can go far sometimes.
Go
man.
far.
I feel like he's
And
so
if Pawns-
odd, and people will soon designate him as a non-threat.
Yeah.
Okay,
He
listen.
has
If
very
pawns,
few allies.
let's put it this way: if pawns get to the point where all the big fish are gone,
They will
and they're
become
only
the big
left with all
fish.
these weak other people,
Yes.
and they peak at the right time, they have all potential in the world to win.
He
the
has
game.
time to peak.
and that I feel like he has the recipe.
He's
to
not
do
in his
that.
prime right now in the game.
right, fair.
We're still seeing like a little fresh in the water, but he might start to peak and he might start to do some move where we might even start clapping hands and going like, "Wow, Josh did this week."
I think you're giving him
He's
way
the
too much
horse.
credit, and the reason why I think you're giving him way too much credit is because he did say something. He said it to Julie. He said about the Pretty Boy Part 2. That was carried back news to to
Everybody
Latoya
else.
them
But
and
at
all the
least
people
he's
them.
thinking
But hold on,
ahead.
wait. No, what else did he do?
Well, I'm saying like at least he has the foresight to realize
No, that
that
was
these
good.
4 guys
Yeah.
could be
No,
a
that
problem.
was good. But what
Right.
else hot water was he in?
The
You're acting-
mistake he did was talking about it to
to
somebody
Julie.
he confided in the wrong
Right.
person.
He
Yes,
confided
yes,
in the
But
wrong
now
people.
let's say he confided in the right person.
Right.
But that's what I'm saying. You're missing. You're missing my
this guy's
question.
smart.
No, but you're missing my question. I think you're giving it because you said like he basically survived, and I'm saying he did put his foot in his mouth, but like he wasn't really that bad off because the person he told was a bigger target than him because they're running go tell the news to everybody.
Oh, so you're saying that like if it wasn't for Julie being so terrible, he would have been surely out the door.
I'm saying he could have been out the door, or he was never in that deep, like hot water to really come out of the hot water. He said something about the Pretty Boys, but we don't even know who's even aligned with those people. There's Latoya aligned with those
don't even
people.
know,
We
yeah.
don't even know. So it's not like he went to go and say like in other mistakes that have been made in Big Brother
Yeah.
is when there's a huge alliance and then they're like, yo, we need to get these people out, not even knowing that person is a part
The
of the
only
huge
reason
alliance.
I was kind of picking him is because I'm saying at least he's seeing things that I feel like most people will realize when it's too late.
Late,
What
exactly.
the seeds he tried to plant right now were correct. Those 4 guys teaming up is not good for anybody's game. But he just made the mistake of speaking out, and hopefully moving forward, he kind of now knows to bite his tongue a little bit,
Right.
and just let it play out. but
then he went
And
for
we've seen people get into hot water week one and kind of learn from their mistakes
Exactly,
and
we've
salvage their
seen it,
game
yes.
and move forward, right? So
Yeah, fair.
It's been done. It's been done. Yeah. So who's your top three?
My own?
Yeah.
The Guyanese girl.
Guyanese
She's
girl.
my number one.
Okay.
this guy is
I wonder why.
picking house guests for like completely different reasons than the podcast.
The Guyanese girl is my favorite.
We're talking game. Right?
Game wise. If you had to put
Not
20
who you want to
G's,
spit game at. We're talking about who's playing the right
if
game.
you had to put,
I know,
put
no,
some bread on some players.
By the way, guys, we gotta join the OLG Big Brother pool. We haven't looked into the information on that thoroughly enough. We should have actually been playing from this week.
Yeah.
But moving forward, by next episode, we'll have our pool going. But if I had to put my bread up, watching this episode and putting my bread up, I would put my bread on Jedson and Tyshawn, even though I wasn't really a fan of Jedson before. I think I still had him as pegged as one of the people that might win though. I don't remember. I was on the fence about it. There's stuff I still
did.
like.
I think you gave him a neutral.
You were on the fence.
I think
you
you gave
were
him a
neutral.
neutral.
Yeah, but okay. So them two, not those are one of the people we had 4 thumbs up for. I think he just bothered me, but we had thumbs up.
Yeah,
so I'm
possible.
still on the same page. He still bothers me. Latoya lost a lot of stripes with me twice in this week, so she's not on my top 3 anymore. Even if she was before, I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna go with those 3: Guyanese girl, and them two.
Okay, so Austin,
Interesting.
Jetson, and the third.
Who else is there? Just run through the people them quick. I don't. Josh is not on my list. Rohan's not on my list. Victoria's not on my list. Braden's not on my list. Julie's clearly not on my list.
Yeah, Braden, another good one too. Yeah,
Beth, Rohan. You said Rohan's not on your list, right?
No, I don't know who.
What about
is.
Becky?
Kyle.
I don't know who Becky
Betty?
is. Kyle's not on my list.
I think Becky's the mom with 3 kids.
Oh,
Yes. She's the one with 3 kids.
Tina, Kiefer.
Yeah, so no, those are gonna be my 3. And I was right about what I said before about Victoria. I don't like her.
Okay.
All right.
Interesting.
So what do you?
She would just rub me the wrong way. If I was in the house with her, she would get on my nerves. She's the person that can't handle her liquor, in my opinion.
Yeah,
But funny enough, because I actually agreed with you when we said it the other day, but watching her on TV with them, she seems like she fits right in.
Absolutely,
She fits right in with just being quirky and
But it is week one, though. It is week one.
being that.
It's a relief that she's not who she portrayed in the casting video, because that would totally
What?
get her
She's
out.
not?
No, I think she
Well,
did.
from watching her, she
I think she did.
She hasn't really been.
Remember, I told you there was like 2 sides to her that we saw. There was like the
did.
serious side when she's talking about her
And then
work,
we saw like the
and then we
more
seen the
lit
let's
side,
turn
yeah.
up. It's
Yes.
Friday.
I only saw the Let's Turn Up This
That's
Friday side.
Yeah.
Right. But that side seems to fit in well with the Tinas and the
On week
Beckys and the
one,
Bens and whatever.
when nobody's been in the have-not room, when they haven't been on slop for a week, when people aren't on the
They're
block,
happy.
when there's not controversy and all that, that is the person that will get super
You're absolutely right
annoying.
about that, though. Right now, we're seeing her as coming off a win, being comfortable. She's safe. We really got to judge when we see these people under pressure.
Yeah, for
we want to
sure.
see how she behaves when her name's being thrown around.
Or when other
That's
people's
when you
names are
see
being
who
thrown
she
around.
is.
Yeah.
Right now, anybody, like, listen, if I'm not on the block, I'm eating whatever I want, I'm going to chill. But then once people start bringing your name up, that's when you see who's composed,
See the
and
meltdown.
who's the real, what's the real and what's the fake.
Yeah. But yeah, just to wrap that up quickly, my top 3, obviously Tyshawn, like I've said, from
Tyshawn's a
scratch.
solid guy.
You know, fellow yardman have to represent. Going for Jedson too.
Jedson,
I
yes.
liked his bio and I like how he's carrying himself so far. And I like the
Definitely.
little undercover brothers thing that they have
Exactly.
going on too. And my third pick, I was gonna shock the panel and say Josh, but you beat me to it,
Yeah,
man.
man,
I definitely feel like he's a
I got
wild
some
card.
game too, man.
I
Yeah.
think he's gonna float under the radar.
Absolutely.
To a very, very, very,
I
very
think
far
so,
point.
too.
He may not win, but he's gonna get far.
He's
That's
gonna
what
get
I
far.
think.
I think so too, yeah. I
Yeah.
think so.
I don't think he's going anywhere.
And that's that. Well,
think
sir,
so,
it was
yeah.
my top 3. So yeah,
Yeah, I'm just telling you right wrong.
and I
The
disagree.
Guyanese girl's gonna slap
And
away.
Wes, remember, the only reason Josh really got in hot water is
because of
because
Julie.
Julie kept relaying what he was saying.
And now
Yeah,
Julie's
but
Josh
back.
wasn't telling everybody. he was only talking to Julie.
Right.
Yeah,
Then
yeah, yeah.
Julie
So he has
was
terrible-
telling the whole house.
Yeah, so he has
right now he's at a
terrible
deficit.
judge of character.
But as long as he smartens up and don't tell people your plans, just do what you're gonna do.
Yeah.
he's gonna be pretty
but he's
fine.
bringing
He has
those-
to learn.
He's
after
gonna be a
bringing-
good pawn.
He's bringing those super emo vibes.
He's
what I call
kinda
them,
emo, yeah, he's
Steve
kinda emo.
Ulrich, Gavin Rossdale.
And sometimes that's good to
And
be that
he's
outcast.
So he's gonna
man.
be a
He's a
loner.
schemo.
He's gonna be a loner, and he's a bad judge of character.
And a lot of times the loner turns out to be that deciding vote in a particular
He's
week
gonna be the swing
where the game
vote,
shifts.
man.
because he doesn't.
I'm telling
lean
you,
any
I've watched
particular
this season
way.
after season. It
Absolutely.
always
Prove me
happens
wrong.
that
I
way.
always
So-
say it. The swing vote has the most power in the house. It's
Yeah.
not the person with the alliance.
Right.
It's the person in the middle.
Yeah, but he's a
who
targeted
everybody's
swing
trying
vote.
to
He's
go
targeted,
to get
right.
their support.
He's a targeted loner, though.
And that swing vote usually doesn't have any ties to anybody in the house. And
Exactly.
that
He has
seems where
no
he is
ties
right
to
now.
nobody.
So
We'll see. Because
I'm
right now
telling
he's
you,
not.
man.
He's not just a loner. He's a targeted loner.
We cannot
you got some
underestimate
personal
Josh.
with Josh, man.
We can't
Did he take your
underestimate
lunch
Josh.
money back in the day, or
I didn't like his gameplay.
it's episode 2, sir? You have not
like-
seen gameplay yet.
I have to make my decision.
Anyways,
There you have
we
it.
gotta wrap this
There
up.
you have it. There you have it.
So next week, same time, same place.
Absolutely.
Follow BBCAN Cribz
BBCAN
on
Cribz.
Instagram.
At
BBCAN
Twitter.
Cribz on on YouTube and
Twitter,
Twitter.
tweet. Yeah.
YouTube, IG.
Make sure you
sounds-
guys watch my
Mumbai.
boxing fight coming up.
YouTube mix.
Me
IG
versus
mix.
Enzo. Make sure you're watching that, man.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah,
There's-
we need a
there's-
whole
I gotta-
episode for
yeah, I
that.
gotta shout that out.
Yeah, definitely shout it out, but
I
you can't
gotta
just keep
promote
doing that. We
that.
have to get into that topic.
We will talk about it.
Yeah, that's it. The sign
That's
off.
it.
I feel like we should be calling more action here, asking you guys to do more stuff. But
Yeah, but for now, just follow us,
Yeah, for now,
please.
exactly. Just follow, debate, discuss whatever you guys want. You know, we're gonna be posting a lot more. We're just getting started, and we appreciate all the support.
BBCAN 9, Cribz out.
Out.
bless.